Well, first of all, let me start by saying I've seen all of season two. It is real good. Fans are going to love it. That's it. Have a great day. Thank you so much. No, but the thing is, with a show like this, you really never know after the first season what's going to happen on season two. Did you know early on, like you're definitely going to be back for season two?
No, I didn't know. Yeah, it's the entertainment industry. So you never know what's going to happen. So no, I did not know that I was definitely going to be back, but I did feel like Daniel had unfinished business in terms of where we ended season one. So I was excited at the prospect of being back for season two and really, really, really excited and honored the way that the stories were reflected because, I feel like Daniel does have a substantial amount of work within this season. He's the first person to start talking about COVID. Daniel is a truth teller, and he's very vocal in his experience. He talks about systemic racism, and to talk about those things that were so impactful in our lives over this past year and a half. It was really cool. I felt honored and privileged, and like I was doing something that mattered.
100%. Also, I think the audience knows obviously more than the characters about COVID and what's coming. And I can see the audience as your character is screaming about COVID and everyone's ignoring it. I can see the audience being like, do they not see what's coming?
Yeah, they're like, how can you not see that coming? They're like,
Right?
yeah, because we saw it come. No, we didn't know.
No. Yeah, one of the things though, I always love learning about the behind the scenes of a making of a series and movies, TV. What do you think might surprise people to learn about the actual making of the morning show?
Surprise people to know about the actual making of the morning show. I don't know, like just that it's that it's what it is that our cast and crew it's pretty like run of the mill. Like we have the people on our show, like we're all the characters are going through like all this drama in the workspace, but we are everyone pretty much has a family, and it's kind of like in essence for us a 9 to 5 job, and just like we show up, we do work, and people are pretty like organized and work well together, and then we go home, and it's cool for me as an artist because it's in one sense it's a dream job for me because I just literally like get up, I drive to the studio, I shoot the thing, and then I come back, and that type of normality is exciting for an artist when we don't get it all the time. Most of the time it's like I don't know where I'm going to go or what I'm going to do, and so that sort of stability I think is might be surprising for people who watch the show.
Daniel at times can act a little bit rash and he gets pretty upset about certain things. Do you agree with the level of like volume of his upsetness? Or do you think it's sort of like, do you know what I'm saying about this? Like, because he goes to like a nine when sometimes I think he could be a five.
I love that. I love it. I 100% agree with Daniel in terms of the things that he is fighting for. I recognize, I see myself in Daniel, and I love that he is as vocal as he is. With that said, one of the fun things in this show in general is that, and watching characters is that it's not as fun if the characters aren't flawed, right? So if we can see something noble about the character, but there's something also flawed or misguided about how they're doing it, to me, those are the best characters, right? And those are the characters I love to play. So I love playing Daniel in that way, where it's like that there are times when you can really see what he's talking about, but all times you see he makes some questionable decisions, as he does make some questionable decisions this season.
I'm gonna agree with you. I love talking to actors about the way they get ready for like big moments. So I'm just curious, say on a Monday, you're gonna have a really big scene that's emotional, or you really got to give yourself to the moment. How early before that day are you actually really mentally getting ready and breaking down what you want to do and how much, do you know what I mean? Can you sort of take me through something like that?
For me, it's a process. It's a really, really big process, And with this particular season, Daniel was dealing with and talking some things that were very close to my own heart center. When he's talking about systemic racism, when he's talking about, even the experience of COVID, those things, racial injustice, those things are really at my center. And so what happens is that I begin to start to really try and digest the information in terms of what is Daniel talking about and how am I connected to that and reflected in that. And that takes a little bit of time. So I let that sit there, and then I got to also do all the mechanical work. It's like I got to get the lines memorized and blah, blah, which takes a couple days. So it's all sort of like, for me, this journey that then leads up to this, hopefully, release of whatever I've been processing for the past few days or weeks when we quote unquote shoot it.
No, that makes complete sense. You get to work with some really talented directors this season, and also in season one. What do you enjoy? I think there's four directors in season two. Can you sort of
Mhm.
talk about working with the different directors, if you don't mind, and maybe I don't want to say you have a favorite, but maybe you do.
It's interesting, right? This is actually my first series regular job, so it's my first time working within this format, right? I'm usually, tell the story with one director, and so it's been a learning curve for me to, show up on set, and then you got to get a quick sort of shorthand with, okay, what's this person's perspective? What are they? Some people are more focused on the camera. Some people have more conversations with you about your character. And so I wouldn't say that there's anyone that I'm like, this is my favorite, but there's things that I like about all of them and these sort of unique ways that they approach things. Mimi Leader is so good. I think that she's an actor's director in the way that she's able to have a nuanced conversation with you about what your character is going through. We have so many cool directors this season, which sometimes, I think the camera starts functioning in these new and different ways with Vic Mahoney. And so there's so many people and perspectives, but that's the thing. It's like you got to figure out what your conversation is with these individual people.
That is my time. I'm just going to say again, congrats on a great season. I wish you nothing but the best, and enjoy the rest of your speed dating.
Thank you.